What's up, everybody? It feels kind of weird starting a video in this office, sitting down behind a desk. Got not just one camera angle, got another one over here, got the lighting going on. I may or may not be wearing pants. You guys will never know. That's what I always think when I'm watching the news. Actually, I don't want you guys thinking that. I am wearing pants, I promise you. Anyway, let's get on with today's vlog. Today's vlog is about how to film and edit a vlog. It's a requested video that I've been getting for a very long time, so I'm really sorry it's taken me so long, but today we're going to get into it. Before we get started with today's video, I want to send a massive thank you to my sponsor Asus for sending me this laptop that I'm editing today's video on. This laptop is like no other laptop that I've ever used before. It's also one of the world's first laptops to feature a 10th generation Intel Core i7 processor, which, if you don't know what that means, it basically means it's fast. Another feature that it has that really sets it apart from any other laptop that you'll ever see is that it actually has a secondary screen sitting right down here, which as a video editor, this is life-changing. The way that I edit when I'm at home is I normally have one screen sitting here and another screen there because I really need all that extra real estate so I can completely see what's going on with my video editing. With this, I can literally drag the Premiere Pro timeline down to this secondary screen, and then I've got my entire video reference taking up all the real estate on the screen, making it double the size of what it would be on a regular size laptop. Another cool thing about this is it's actually touchscreen, so I can actually edit with my fingers if I want to. I generally use my mouse, but it's kind of cool knowing that I can do that as well. When I'm not editing on Premiere, there's all sorts of different things that I can do with it. I can multitask. I can put multiple applications down here while I'm using something else on my main screen. I've seen gamers do some really cool stuff with this where they're playing a video game that's taking up the entire screen, and then they've got their streaming window sitting over here in the corner, and then they've got their chat room sitting over there, which is something that you wouldn't be able to do with any other laptop. And because it's completely touchscreen, you can do all sorts of things. Like you can sketch on it, you can draw on it, you can be in Photoshop cutting things out, which is so much easier than using a mouse. And one small detail that may not seem huge to you, but as a creative, it's a really big deal, is it has a micro SD card reader inbuilt into the computer. So if I'm out in the field and I'm shooting footage on my GoPro or my drone and I want to reference it straight away, I can literally pull that SD card out, put it into this laptop, not worry about having to use any kind of memory card reader or anything like that, which gets kind of fiddly and annoying when you're traveling and it's constantly getting bumped and pulled out. So that is a huge deal. Thanks again, Asus, for sending me this great laptop. And if you guys want to know anything more about this laptop, check the description box below. I've left some details in there. Anyway, let's get into this video. Let's get teaching you guys how to edit a vlog. So this is how my editing setup is looking right now. I've actually changed it back to how it was, so you guys can see everything that I'm doing because it makes it easier for me to screen grab it this way. But this is the last vlog that I edited. It's the one where the naughty elf came and put toilet paper all around the Christmas tree. So the first thing that I do when I start a vlog is I'll make a folder for every single camera that I used, and I'll import all of the footage in there. As you can see, I used 3 different cameras on this day. I used the EOS R, which is my DSLR, I used the GoPro, and I used my iPhone. So there's 55 items in the EOS R, GoPro is 39 items, iPhone is 42 items. I use them all pretty much equally. One tip I will give you guys, if you can, is try and film the entire video on one camera, because if you can go and edit everything in a chronological order, it will save you a lot more time. Because when I'm filming on multiple cameras, I have to remember, okay, so I filmed on this camera here, and then I filmed something on that camera, and then I have to piece them together. It takes a lot more time. The reason that I film a lot of my family vlogs on GoPros, iPhone, and DSLR is obviously you get the better quality out of the DSLR, but sometimes I feel like it kind of distracts from the moment, and every moment that I spend with my kids means a lot to me, so I don't like the DSLR necessarily getting in the way of those moments. So I find that using a phone or using a GoPro is a lot less intrusive, so I'm using them a lot more these days. So let's get into how I started this vlog. Just in case you're wondering, I'm using Premiere Pro. That's my editing program, but you can follow along in pretty much any editing program because most of them are the same, let's be realistic. So the first scene, let's watch that.
Come, quickly! You have to see this!
Oh my goodness, what happened?
Come see it.
Good morning.
So I started the vlog off with an 8-second clip that is actually a scene from later on in the video, just as a way to kind of tease the audience, show you guys what to expect, what's going to be happening in that vlog. And I think that's a great way to start a vlog. Sometimes I'll actually start vlogs with more cinematic videos I generally like to start a vlog with a bit of a chilled vibe. I don't like to go into something really extreme in the beginning. So, you know, like I start off with like myself making breakfast or getting out of bed or just really chill things, and I'll generally try and pair it with chill music. I'll try my best to kind of create an arc in the video, so it sort of starts off relaxed and then you've got the more exciting stuff happening. Obviously with vlogs, it's real life, it's your real day. You can't control that as much as you can an actual, you know, film where you have story arcs, but it's kind of a process that I try and follow as best as I can without ruining the moment. And as you probably noticed, the first scene is in black and white. Now the reason that I chose to put it in black and white is I wanted to separate it from the next scene, because in the next scene the kids weren't actually there, but I was talking about something that the naughty elf did. So I thought it would be a little bit confusing to the audience if we have Ava talking about the naughty elf and then I'm talking about the naughty elf, but she's not there. So I tried to use color grading to separate the scenes to try and let the audience know that it's a slightly different scenario. And that's something that people use in films all the time. They'll use different ways of color grading to separate moments. Maybe if they're illustrating a dream, maybe if they're illustrating the past. Color grading is a great way to tell those stories more subtly. So let's go into the first scene. So these are my EOS R files. Pretty much all of the footage of me alone is shot on the EOS R, and some of the footage with me and the kids. So the first scene is me sort of doing a little bit of a skit. Skits are something that I don't do a lot of, so I stuff them up a lot. Something that a lot of people do is they'll actually watch all of the footage and figure out what they need to take out and what they don't. Now, I don't have the time to watch myself stuff up over and over again. So over the years, I've realized that I can actually figure out where all the stuff ups are by reading the wave data that's down here. This is the audio file that we're looking at right now. And you can see I'm talking, and then we have a big gap. Now, normally when there's a big gap, it means I've stuffed up. I'm not perfect, I stuff up a lot. And so rather than me watching all of the stuff up part and wasting time, I just move forward. I'll go and get my little cutter tool. I press C on my keyboard, I'll make an incision there, and I can just delete all of this stuff here and don't even need to worry about it. But I'm just gonna undo that and I'm gonna show you guys what was going on here. So,
And now all of a sudden, my Christmas stuff.
and there we have the stuff up. You can see the blank audio in the file.
And now all of a sudden,
And there I start again, and then I wouldn't say I nailed the next scene. I did a slightly better job than I did at the first one. So that's a great way to save time. Finding the right music for your video is incredibly important, and it's probably more time consuming than the actual video edit itself. Normally what I do is I'll do what I call a skeleton edit, where I'll edit pretty much the entire video without any music added to it, and then I will go back and I'll try and find music that I think fits the scene. I'll generally try a bunch of different songs. I'm relatively organized when it comes to music. Let's say my Epidemic Sound account, rather than going on the website to find music, I actually download all the songs that I like and I will actually put them into folders, and that really helps me. Like, let's say I'm looking for something for cute video, like something that I think sounds cute. I've got all these different songs here that fit that mood that I can try out rather than having to go and start from scratch. Let's say there's a funny scene in the vlog and I want something that's gonna fit that. Rather than having to listen to heaps of music, I can just go to my folder that's called Comedic Score, and I've got all these different songs that I think work for a funny scene, and I can try them out, and that saves me a lot of time, and I'd highly recommend doing that if you're making vlogs on the regular. So this particular scene, which is the first scene in the video with me and the kids, I used a song called Second to the Left. It's very chill. I purposely picked a song that doesn't have drums in it. It's not very heavy. It doesn't have a lot going on, so it doesn't detract from the scene. It's just there and kind of adds to the ambience. So let's have a listen to that. It has a very Christmassy kind of vibe to it as well, but let's have a listen how that looks and sounds without the music. So the music kind of distracts you from the sound coming out of the inflatable Santa. But let's have a listen to how that same scene would look and sound if I put some hip hop behind it. Doesn't work, completely changes the vibe. It's just not right for that scene. That song's great, it would work somewhere else, but it doesn't work for that. Especially the fact that it has drums in it as well. I generally don't like songs with a lot of drums, especially not heavy hitting drums, for talking scenes. It's just really distracting. So next up we have a scene of me and the kids playing in the backyard. I've got some music playing in the background here. Normally when I have music playing in the background, I have it at about minus 25 decibels. I think that that's a pretty good level to have where you can still kind of hear the music, but it's not overbearing. And then it goes into a time lapse of me and the kids playing. I've literally just put a camera down. I've set the speed to 1400%. So it's literally just a sped up video file. And you can probably see this funny little thing over here in between my music files. This is called a constant gain. So what this does is you just pull it over here, you put it on top of your clip, and this just gradually pulls the volume up from one clip to another, because as you can see, if I go into my audio gain properties, this one is -5, this one was -25, so obviously the volume on this song is a lot louder than it was before, but to just jump from really quiet to really loud is really jarring. So using this constant gain, you can even drag it out a little bit more if you want it to be a bit more gradual. And another tip that I'm going to give you with constant gain or exponential fade, it works with both of them, is in between talking scenes, you'll notice when you're editing a clip and you make a cut and then you go to another scene, a lot of the time you'll get sort of like a little like clicking noise or a little, it's really annoying. It's something that most vloggers don't take out, and it drives me crazy. And there's a really easy way to fix that. You can literally get a constant gain or an exponential fade, you put it on there and you actually minimize it. You make it incredibly small to the point where it looks like it doesn't make a difference, but that incredibly small fade cuts out that little clicking noise and doesn't do anything else to the audio. So it's something that I use on almost every audio cut that I do in a vlog. It's a little bit time consuming, but I think it really makes a difference. So basically I use the time lapse and a little bit of B-roll before cutting to the next scene where we're picking out our Christmas ornaments. Now, why do I do that? So I personally feel that when you're vlogging and you just jump from one scene to the other, like let's say I'm at home and then all of a sudden I'm in the shops, that can be a little bit jarring for the viewer. So breaking it up with a little bit of B-roll, a little bit of music, just transitions it nicely. It's kind of like when you go to a fancy restaurant and they give you a 5-course meal and they give you a palate cleanser in between each course so that you can truly appreciate each course without the taste of the last one in your mouth. It's kind of the same when you're editing a vlog. It's not something I always do, but it's something that I do try and do. I do try and, just put the camera down for, a few minutes to just get a quick time lapse or a quick little bit of B-roll just so that I can transition to the next scene. And I think it makes a massive difference. So here we have us filming with the GoPro. We're just, like in the store, we're picking stuff out. It's all just very natural. There's no music. It's very real. Zoe, she was so funny. She got a Christmas ornament that she was really obsessed with, and then she banged it on the table and broke it, and then she was devastated, and then I had to go to the store and get her another one, and thank God they still had another one in stock. So we're at 10 minutes into the vlog. We've got another time lapse going on. This is me braiding my daughter's hair. I've got the video sped up to about 500%, and once again I'm using that digital zoom in effect. I've just got the keyframes, and as you can see, it is just gradually going into about 136%. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. I'm gonna delete these keyframes and we're gonna do it from scratch. So literally you come in here, you click Effect Controls, you click Scale. So you wanna start at 100%. I want to zoom in to, let's maybe go 130 because it is a long clip. You want people to actually notice that something's going on. But when I zoom into 130%, we aren't in the center of the frame anymore, and I don't particularly like that. So I'm going to click keyframe here. I want it to all start together where it's supposed to be. And then when it ends, I want us to be in the middle. So I'm actually just gonna use this and I'm gonna pull it over. So now we're in the center of the frame, and I'll maybe pull it up just a little bit just to give myself a little bit of headroom. And then I'm gonna drag that out so it goes to the end of the frame, drag that out as well. And now as we watch this, you can see it's just gradually zooming in. We are losing a few frames as we're watching it because speeding up footage takes up a lot of processing power. Well guys, that about sums it up for today's video. Obviously, as you guys can see from the lighting, it is a lot later on in the day. I've spent most of the day editing this very video that you guys are watching on the ZenBook Duo. I really enjoyed using it, and I really love the extra screen. I think that's really innovative. And if you guys got something out of this video, let me know in the comments below. People have been asking me for a video like this for a really long time, and I thought I would start off basic, give you guys beginner tips, and then if you want to know some of the more advanced stuff, let me know. Maybe I'll do another video like this in the future. Have a great day. Bye.